Hey guys, welcome back to Backseat Driver. Today we're going to talk about the top 3 upgrades and modifications you should skip on your new car. We have James as well as Idris with us today. So, Idris, you want to start first and tell us exactly what are the sort of modifications you should skip on your new car?
Well, in general, the things that you should not do are the ones which will void your warranty, especially when you have a new car. It can range from, installing electronic stuff, your lights, and also mechanical stuff. And some of these things are a bit questionable, and I don't really like, and I think some of you guys won't like it too. So, three things, right? So, number three is exhaust speakers. like, if you need me to explain, basically, an exhaust speaker, what it does is it is a speaker essentially, and it sits at the bottom of your car, and I think it's connected to the OBD port or something like that. So it sort of keeps track of your RPMs, and then it plays an exhaust note that matches your RPMs, which I find a bit ridiculous because I think if you have like a four-cylinder engine, it shouldn't be sounding like a V8, and I think it sounds very strange. Also, it's there's no variations in the exhaust notes and all that, and it's just not a good idea. It's not cool. I don't think it's cool.
It's not cool, yo.
Yeah, it's not cool, man. So
Fair
what do you guys have on your list?
Well, I think my number 3 is almost similar to what yours is. It's really just loud pipes.
Oh, is
It's
it?
just loud pipes. Yeah. In general, I mean, I'm talking about let's ignore the whole like straight throughs and removing your catalytic converter, because these kind of mods actually reap some sort of performance benefits, although it will land you uh, in trouble with the law.
Yes.
But what I'm talking about is just, let's say, for example, I'm getting a new car. I'm getting a Vios. Yeah, it's a really sedate sedan, so to speak. It's not going to turn into a tarmac ripping, tire screeching sports car just because I put a really loud exhaust on my Vios. I mean, it's like saying I'm buying a Type R badge and putting on a Honda Odyssey, for instance.
Mm.
It's not going to make my Odyssey suddenly a sports car.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But
Yeah,
I
so
do
to
like
me, that
a real exhaust though. I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah. I
it's
do like a real exhaust as well, but it should be on the right car.
mm,
I mean, if I'm talking about if I'm gonna get my first car and it's a Vios or an R-Truck or an Altis for that matter, I'm not gonna buy some spoon exhaust and stuff,
yeah.
tune stuff. I'm not gonna get. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Not at least to me. It's a waste of money.
Yeah, and some of these exhausts, even though they are legal,
Mm.
they're not very loud. Also, I noticed, especially if you're going for loudness, I think it's not a good idea.
In third place, I also have exhaust.
Oh,
Whether it be like fake exhaust or real. Okay, for now I'm talking in the context of the Honda Fit because
mm,
I mean I recently got the Honda Fit, right? So I've been doing like some things to it.
mm,
And the exhaust is one thing I would definitely skip. Why? Because I feel that if you want to get an exhaust, it's more for a more powerful car. You know what I mean? Like my car is 1.3 liters, and you can feel it's 1.3 liters when you're driving it. So it's really like uh taking, how do you say it? Like when you're driving it, you can feel like it's really struggling to even hit like 120
Mm.
kilometers per hour, right? So if you put like a loud exhaust on it, I don't know lah. Like I said earlier, it's a bit embarrassing. Like people see on the road also like, hey, this guy what the fuck is he trying to do? You know? Yeah, like it's just like I just want them act lah. You know? So I feel like really just avoid it lah. If unless you're driving like say Civic Type R or like a Stinger.
mm.
Yeah, but if you're driving in cars like Julian said, your Artrad, your Fits, your Vioses, I feel like exhaust is something you can skip.
What's your
All
number
right.
two?
So, question, or rather, the mod number two,
Mm.
which you should avoid and try it and avoid as best as possible for your
Mm.
new car. There's no exact term for this, but basically it's all those chrome strips, chrome bits that people buy, those accessories. You know, you go to
Mm.
AliExpress and then you search like Honda Fit. For example, since James just got a Honda Fit, and I'm pretty sure you find a full list of all these chrome bits that you can store in your skid plates, your door handles, your grills. Just don't do it. I mean,
Yeah, no.
just don't, because the problem is it's so accessible, and then you realize that, oh, this is something for my car, and then you start to buy and it's quite cheap. Then at the end of it, you have like, I don't know, the most tackiest looking car on the
Yeah.
road, and really it doesn't look nice. I don't know what's going on when people do this, and some of them, even these chrome skid plates, have lights on them and all that. So it's just
Is
uh,
this the peacock theory? The
it,
brighter your car is, like the more people will look. You know what I mean?
oh, is it?
Okay, my number two is body kits.
Mm,
My number two are actually body kits because you can lower your car, and it might actually help with the drag or it might be aerodynamically sound if you do it correctly. But body kits to me they look good, but they don't do much else. You know what I mean? It isn't necessarily going to make your ride any more streamlined because adding side skirts and outrageous looking bumpers might actually increase drag and worsen aerodynamics. And because of the weight, you're adding weight to the car, so it actually increases fuel consumption as well.
Unless
So
you
I'm
change
not
everything to carbon fiber.
yeah, but I mean, why would you waste that kind of money on, say, a Vios that your first car? It's just not necessary. If you're a first-time buyer, you just got a new car, I suggest just sticking to it for a bit
I don't know. Yeah, I think
because
people buy body kits because they want to make their car a bit more unique. You know what I mean?
I think there are ways to make your car unique, but overdoing it with the body kits and with outrageous-looking bumpers, huge chunky bumpers, to me those
Hmm.
are highly unnecessary.
yeah, I agree. I think if you want to install some body parts, I think the max that you can do is probably a lip,
Yeah,
a front lip,
exactly,
like
exactly.
just a
Yeah,
nice classy, and not
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah,
universal lip. I know some people like to just
yeah.
buy some random lip and just put
I'm
it
all
on.
for it. I'm all for the lip. The only reason why I can't install a front lip for me is because I'm gonna risk scratching it when I
Yeah,
go
Mm.
over humps. That's the only reason why I'm not getting it. But I would love to have a lip added to my car. It looks a lot. It looks like as if I lowered it significantly. It looks more menacing and aggressive. Overall, just that small little lip makes your car look that much better. And just
yeah,
that one small thing can make a big difference. But if you're
yes.
telling me to get a whole deal, side skirts and front bumpers, and I think nah, not it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, just small touches will work.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
James, what about you?
Okay, for me in second place, I have, and I actually didn't know it was still around, but people still do it. Is LED neon lighting, like the interior undercarriage.
Oh yeah.
They want to do
Ah,
the whole Fast and Furious thing.
I cannot do
no,
it.
like
Then
I mean,
Chingy parade is going on.
yeah, I mean, I see on like Facebook, like some of my friends are doing it, and it's just damn weird lah. Like unless you're like a 90s abeng, right? Then just don't do it lah. It's like just skip it entirely. It's very tacky.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you feel
I
it's very
think
tacky? I feel it's very
I think
tacky.
it's I think it's not Fast and Furious. It's just furiously foolish.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You see, the
Yeah,
thing
and
is, a lot of
uh,
these LED lights, I feel, if you want to put it at the right places, I think it works out. But LED strips are not supposed to be visible, but a lot of people make them visible for some strange reason. Like they put it across the interior and
oh,
all that.
yes,
It
yeah,
yes.
looks
and it's damn
terrible.
stupid because like if the police see, right, they confirm go after you one. They confirm stop your vehicle one. And then like when sometimes I ask people like, hey, why do you do that? It's like, don't worry, bro. I got the switch. I see police only, I turn off. I was like, fuck lah, you think police stupid ah? What the heck, yeah? You think police blind ah? Yeah,
Oh
it's
well.
Yeah,
What can I say,
it's
man?
not.
To each his own.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right?
each his own.
So
Yeah.
yeah, LED neon lighting. Don't do it. Like I wouldn't want that on my car at all. Lah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Likewise, likewise,
Yeah.
likewise. So Idris, what is your number one?
Okay, my number one sort of skews between cosmetic enhancements, which actually might affect your performance.
Oh, I
And,
think I think we're on the same page here, man. I think
Like body
yeah.
kits lah.
not
No,
necessarily.
yeah, not necessary.
This
I
this
think
is
you're on.
this is something which came into prominence, I think, a couple of years back, but now not many people are doing it.
Is it?
I still see it from time to time, but it's a really strange thing, and it's big brake kit covers, like fake
Ah,
Brembo caliper covers or fake AP Racing, caliper covers.
yeah.
I don't understand why people do that. I think the idea of having a big brake kit and having Brembo sitting behind your wheels or rims is a big deal. Um, but the thing is, if you put those covers, it just looks very strange because the cover will be so big, and then the caliper itself will be very small.
Small.
So it's really strange. And then the materials that they use, I'm sure, for these covers aren't very good. So those which are sitting on the car for very long, they start to become pink instead of red. It just
Yeah, but to the casual observers, they might not actually realize it, right?
yeah. I think a lot of people are like, ooh, Brembo, good, but
Yeah.
no, that's not a good idea. I don't think it's very good for your brakes also because those things need rapidly expand and cool down and contract.
And it warps, right? It does warp, right?
Yeah, so you put like a piece of, I don't know what, some metal or cover and something like that over there. It's not going to improve your braking. So, I mean, if you really want to, just go get a set of big brake kits up front. They're not very expensive nowadays. You have a lot of brands. Yeah, so what's your number one?
Okay, my number one. I don't know if it's a pet peeve or I don't know, but I mean we see it all the time. It's huge spoilers on cars that lack power. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're talking about, if you're telling me you're driving Evo or WRX, probably it makes sense because a rally spoiler on a rally car makes complete sense because it's functional,
yeah,
right? Serves a purpose. It kind of keeps the car from lifting off the ground, and that's the whole idea of the spoiler. I mean, my car comes with a spoiler as standard as well. It can be a little bit annoying because when you look at the rear view mirror, you actually see one line across. It's actually your spoiler, but you get used to it anyway. But if you're again, I bring back the whole theory of if you're a first time car buyer and you're buying a Vios or an Altis or what is the car? K3.
yeah.
I don't think a spoiler is. I don't think a spoiler is necessary because, and if especially you put those huge ones, big enough for you to actually use it as a dining table.
Yeah.
I say, forget it.
Yeah,
Really.
I agree. Like I think the general rule of thumb is if the car comes with a spoiler as standard, then the car probably needs it.
Yeah.
Because like a Civic Type R on Sepang, with and without a spoiler, there's quite a significant difference. And especially those long sweeping like turn 5, turn 6, with and without a spoiler is actually quite scary. Without a spoiler, the tail actually wants to come out. So cars which have spoilers as standard, do keep them. Removing them might not be a good idea. Cars without spoilers, you don't have to put them on. Yeah, I agree. So,
Yeah.
James, what about you?
Okay, mine for in the first place, it's a combination of things actually. Okay, like I said, I'm focusing on aesthetics, right? So, number one, I think we don't need strut bars, we don't need roll cages, and we don't need bucket seats. So all these things that I just mentioned are for people who I think want to track their car. If you don't intend to track your car, then I seriously think that you don't need these things lah, because in essence, like your roll cages and your strut bars, they reduce your body roll. And I mean, we're not gonna be like speeding around corners in Singapore lah. So body roll is you probably won't is very negligible in Singapore lah, right? And I don't know what do you guys think? Like, you guys check your cars, right? So
Yeah. Well, there are some cars which actually benefit from like ARBs, like anti-roll bars at the back. But you don't have to go all out. You can just add like one anti-roll bar at the back, and then that helps a lot. I know Foresters, you can actually buy a STI anti-roll bar to install at the back, and it improves the drive quality even on the road, because the Forester is very tall, and at least it doesn't pitch too much when you're driving around. And I think there are some people who say that even going through like humps, like you're going at an angle, it actually helps.
Right.
I can't say whether that's true or not, but yeah, I would think that it does help. But like, what
But say
else?
for the fit, lah, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't think you
yeah,
really need it.
I think it's really pointless and a waste of money.
A lot of people don't realize this, but the car actually needs to flex to go through corners.
Yes,
So if
yeah,
you,
yeah.
a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to stiffen up the car because there's a lot of flex in my car. You know, when I stiffen it up, then it can go through corners and all that kind of stuff. It might not work actually. If you stiffen up a car too much, it might understeer or oversteer. It's not something that you really want. These either two things. Especially front-wheel drive cars, they do need some sort of flex. They do need a little bit of roll.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you stiffen it up too much, you put like bars front and back, 3-point harness here. You put the triangular harnesses at the braces at the fenders, and you're going to have a very stiff car. And the only way to get out of it is to, install an LSD or even go for a full-on roll cage.
Yeah.
Just to compensate, because you've made the car so stiff again.
But then that will just add on so much more weight to the car.
Correct.
Costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The roll cage itself will actually kill you. The weight of the roll cage will just kill you.
Yeah, and it's illegal also in Singapore. You can't install
Yeah.
a roll cage that actually is a proper point and a proper mounting point, not the Cusco stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
Although
yeah,
that helps a little bit, but only on certain cars. Like if you have a front-wheel drive car and you're doing that full cage thing, really just don't do it. And bucket seats also. I think our list, the most that anyone would look forward to is perhaps those strut bars and all that. I think you can do it, but just be cautious. Don't be buying the whole catalog of White Line or whatever. Just get the right things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I completely agree. So yes, guys, there you have it. That is our top 3 upgrades / modifications you should skip on your new car. Thank you very much for watching Backseat Driver. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please do feel free to comment in the comment box below with any of the questions or topics you'd like us to cover, so that we can answer them in the following episode. In the meantime, stay home, be safe, and be well.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Ciao. Ciao.